Hey Hebrew fans, this is Todd, and I've been asked, how in the world do you take off? Whoops, I gotta tighten this down. How in the world do you take off this tree in order to store your fright zone? Now, I remember when I made the video, I said, hey, be careful putting this on. You probably can't get it back off, but I don't remember exactly how it fastened on or how it worked. So I thought I'd sit there and try to figure out exactly how it all goes together. And when I was sitting here doing that, I thought, you know what? I should just make a video of it. Just go live and let's just figure this out together. So I brought in some tools. I got my screwdriver and my pliers. I got some extra pliers and screwdrivers over there. I brought Hordak just in case, and I have my heat gun. But before I jump into that, I'm going to go ahead and realize that this, well, I didn't go and realize this, but I'm going to go ahead and get these ready because I realized I didn't save a set for myself for upgrading my fright zone. So while we're waiting for people to show up, let's just go ahead and get the set up so that I can have my new trap door for my fright zone. Now, where are those parts? Here they are. Now, for those that don't know, are relatively new. Hey, Charles, thanks for joining me. For those that don't know, is originally this came with these trap pieces here, and these trap pieces, the way they would work is they would sit in here, and as you put your figure here, it would come up and clamp down on their feet. And I took off these inner pieces here in order to make it so you could close all the way, which is really cool, and I like that. But then people are like, there's got to be a way to make it so it's not such a huge spot taken up, because when these were opened up, it took up so much real estate of the fright zone that if you wanted to store it in your shelf or something else, it just took up so much area that it just really wasn't very cost effective for space. So that's when I came up with these cool little doors to go on there. Now this video is not going to be all about how to upgrade your fright zone. It's just I realized that I didn't have one set aside for me. So I thought, what the heck, while I'm waiting for people to show up, we'll just go ahead and get this one ready so that I have one that actually has all the parts. So let me get this one door ready first. There we go. Gotta take off all the supports that cause nothing but headache. And use the pliers to kind of sand down the part that goes on there. There we go. And this one goes on this side. And now let's get the other one ready. Fun stuff. So while we're doing this, go ahead and put in the comments what was your favorite gift you got for Christmas, and we'll take a look and see those, and I'll go through them. So let me know what it is that you got that was like, this was awesome. And then I'll make a video later on showing you what my son bought for me for Christmas. That was kind of cool, but not in this video. I'll share it in a different separate video. All right. Actually, it was funny. My son gave it to me, but my granddaughter is the one that picked it out and bought it for me. So, or told him to buy it for me. So it was kind of funny. Kind of both of them working together to get me something kind of fun and cool. And I'll check the comments for what you guys put in there in a few minutes. So again, put in the comments what it is you got for Christmas, your number one gift that you got. And then I will read through them. Keep it clean. All right. There's the second door. And so my first build was just to have these doors and that was it. But someone's like, you know what? You need a cover. And that's what this came in. This was the cover. So, and some people only wanted the cover, but I never sold the cover separately. I liked having these little doors that could open up and you could store and hide things in there. And for those that just joined, right now we're making a list of our favorite gift we got for Christmas, and then I'll go through them in a few minutes together. why I'm getting this all ready. Pulling off the supports. All these supports. All right. Let's see what else we got to pull off of here. These little edges on here. And after I get all the supports off, because they're so stringy and everywhere, I usually heat it up nice and hot. And then I press it on to the play set just to make sure it just fits nice and evenly. And by heating them up, I also get rid of all these little white score marks I'm making from the pliers. So it has kind of a dual purpose to it. Ugh. Okay, see how that fits on there. See, not too shabby. But now, time to heat it up. Oh, I didn't plug my heat gun in. That would help to actually plug it in, huh? All right. Okay, why I'm doing this, for those that just joined, I see some people joined. We're just putting down our favorite Christmas gift we got this year, and then I'll go through them online in a few minutes while I heat this thing up. Just pull that little chunk off before I heat it up. Okay. Whew, that gets hot. Some like it hot, hot, hot. Do-do-do-do-do. All right, now that is nice and hot, we'll just set this on here. Just give it a little push on the edges and let it cool down and form fit nicely onto the playset. And the last piece to attach is on the back here, and that is, oops, knocking down my remote control, and that is this right here. There we go. And let's take my screwdriver and clean out those last little bits there. And let's go ahead and attach that on there. There we go. Hooray! All right. So that is the little expansion pack, and it is available right now in my store. This link's in the description under Hebrew Bros Auctions. So check that out if you want to get one of the expansion packs. But that's not what this video is about. This video is about how to disassemble Snake Mountain, the Fright Zone. So let's go ahead and see if we can do that. But before we do, let's take a look and see how people said. Let's see. Hey Charles. Hey Imperial. Hey Ralph. Are you going to make any more upgrades to the Fright Zone? A second floor. That's a really good question. I have. There's a butcher knife in here. Oh, that's why I always throw my butcher knife, just in case you have to, chop something. Anyway, I have thought about this many times, but it's just not a lot of space in here. There's no door right here. My thought was, if I make something, it's going to be something that plugs into here and goes up to this Hordak throne up here somehow. Either another floor it attaches or something. So this would be the connection point for a floor that would go up to support something around here. Because this is just not enough room. There's no way to get to it. It doesn't make a lot of sense to even have this sitting up here. I mean, how does Hordak even get all the way up there? Where is Hordak? There he is. How does he even make it all the way up to this spot? It's kind of a weird dealy bob anyway. There we go. Hordak, how'd you get up there? I guess he had to turn into rocket form and fly up there. Blast my rocket form. Anyway, so I don't know yet. I'm still debating. I did ask my son. I said, hey, do you have any ideas? And so he might actually be the one producing this final floor for this, and I might help him with it. But he's really interested in doing something too, so he might actually do the designs on this last piece with my oversight. So we'll check it out. Don't worry, he's not a kid. He is a full-grown adult in his 30s. So no problem. All right, let's see what else. Mike got the new Eternia Hordak, Mantana, Anti-Eternia He-Man, Mosquito, cash for gift cards, and a car portable jump starter. Nice. Let's see. Charles got a cool t-shirt for Christmas. It had prayer hands on it. Excellent. Thanks for liking and sharing the video. I appreciate that. All right. Let's see. Todd, did you read what? Oh, yes, I did. I got a 3D printer. Hey. All right. You can start making some cool stuff too. I was honestly disappointed with Mattel when I saw the throne could not be separated. Yes. Hey, Ronald, thanks for joining us. It's running right now. So what are you printing? Let us know. What are you? Hopefully something cool, not just some like benchy or something else like that. If it's He-Man related, even more awesome. I'll make a separate video on what I got for Christmas. But for right now, let's go ahead and take off my expansion pieces first, and then we'll take apart the whole entire Fright Zone. Still a little warm. Nothing says loving like something from the oven. Anyway, so let me get those off. And let's do the easy parts first. Oh, that wasn't good. I squeezed this so hard it cracked a little bit just now. Okay, to get it off, I know this. Just have to bend it down. It comes right off. I don't know why I was sitting there fighting it. I designed it. I should know how it comes off. All right, so let's take this apart, the easy part, the floor. And once we got the floor off, we now have this giant hinge section. And we can kind of see what is blocking this from closing. Does it not close? Really? They made this not to close because the floor's in the way? That's crazy. I can't believe it. I thought for sure this would close, but you can see the floor's hitting. right there. You have to pull the floor out before you can close this. What a herky-jerky, lame thing. All right. Let me just aim this low so you guys can see up inside there. And the crossbow was in the way. That's what I thought too. So I took out the crossbow and it still won't close. You can see the forces being pressed, and it's right here. This brown goes right past. Sorry, I'm showing you and you can't see because I didn't aim the camera on it. There we go. This brown is going past this piece right here, and you can see that it's just past it a little bit. And so for these to close right here, the brown can't stick past that at all. And so when you go to close it, that hits. Oh, now I hit my microphone. Right there before it closes, right on the brown floor. And that's what's stopping it from closing. So to make it work, you have to literally rip these floors out, and then it will close. That's so crazy. Anyway, let's get back to business. 2D feet with the Huns. Anyway, so I remember when I put the throne in, it clipped in really hard. You can see right there how it connected in there. The throne probably will not come out again, but our goal is to get the tree off. So let's go ahead and stick a screwdriver in there and see if we can't figure out how, without causing any damage, to get this apart. I don't remember how it connected. Oh. That's so loud. Yeah, that is pretty stuck in there. Okay, so it looks like there are concentric circles inside there that are holding it together. So I can't see inside there to remember or see. Oh, hey, I got it. Hooray! Just a little brute force, and you can pull that right off. And there is the top there. And it's got two connecting points right here. And it looks like a screws on top to hold it all in place and together. So that's cool. So once you just do a little bit of brute force to pull that off, and carefully, you can get that tree back out of there. And now I see why mine's so squeaky. It has connection points here and here to connect that in there. Of course, when you turn it, it's going to line up eventually, but I guess. All right, so now let's figure out how to get this off. Okay, it's got brown tabs right there holding it in. So let's get ourselves a screwdriver here. See if we can't unhinge that. Yeah, I'm not going to be able to get in there. Yeah, it's just causing white marks. So my next thought is to heat that up, see if we can loosen it up a little bit to get that out of there. Because I remember putting it together thinking that's not going to come out very easy. Heat gun. Now you don't want to hold the heat gun too long on any spot or it's going to end up just destroying the plastic. Let's see if that's enough to get it out of there. That is nice and warm. Yeah, it ain't coming apart. That ain't working. Yeah, you can see that little clip right in there. And that clip is what's holding it in place. If you could get underneath there and pry it open, then you can get that clip out. But see, when I push the clip in there, it turns the plastic white, which means I'm putting a lot of force on that little area. So to get all the way down where that clip is, would be pretty tough. Hey, I got it. Whoo! One side. Now the other side. Oh, white plastic damage. Hooray. So again, you have to make it all the way to that clip in order to break it free. What a pain. What a pain. So we got that apart. Caused a little bit of damage to get it apart, but I think it's worth it because we didn't. It's in a non-visible spot. So the tree, you just got to yank. This you have to heat up, and once it's warmed enough, then you have to put a small screwdriver in there as deep as you can to get as far as you can close to that part right there. And look at this one. Look at the white on there. That's from installing it. That's just inches away from breaking. So you almost break it to install it. What a crazy design. Crazy. All right. So now we're back to our original problem, and that is it won't close. Because that brown is still blocking it from closing. So you got to remove this brown piece right here. So let's take a look and see how it's installed. Okay. You know what? I'm going to remove this brown piece over here. I think once I remove this one, this might nestle in right to that area. This one might be easier to remove because it doesn't have as much holding it in. Now, did we install this pin or did it come installed? I don't remember. Oh, we installed it. Oh, there we go. Look at this. Look. I'm sorry I did it off camera. This pin, I'm going to take a screwdriver and just pull it up. You can take the pin out. Once you get that pin out, you can do the same on the bottom. Just pull it up a little and get a screwdriver and just pry it up out of there. And now you don't need to close it because come on, Zibito. There we go. So you don't need to close it now because now you got them in separate pieces. I think that's good enough. Because now we got it separated. We got our thrown off. We got our separate little pins here for our we got all of our little accessories. Yes. All right, I think that's the trick. Leave the brown floors, pull out the pins, yank the tree, heat up the bottom and use a screwdriver on this, and you got yourself an unassembled fright zone. All right, hopefully it answers your guys' questions. I know somebody, like I said, had a question how to disassemble the fright zone, and I think that will work. All right, one last thing. Of course, I got to plug my stuff. If you want to get some of these, they are still on my eBay. The link's in the description under Hebrews eBay. And let me check out your guys' final comments before I leave. And please share this video with somebody else that you know might have their fright zone stuck and they want to store it away somewhere. And let me check out the final comments. Let's see. Haga said Grayskull could close. The mountain could close. It's only logical to make sure you can't close the fright zone. Yes. I don't know what the deal is with that. Yes. It should be easy to disconnect it, right? Printing that's cool, man. Tentacle for Merman. Forget about Benchy. My second 3D print was a sky sled. Nice. Excellent. Other stuff. The t-shirt, the shirt is my favorite. Nice, Charles. Does that boulder have an eye? Yes, it's the dumbest thing. They added a face to this. It's got rubberized teeth. And the mouth doesn't even open or close. I don't even get. I've been tempted to figure out how to remove this piece here, just because it just drives me crazy. But I'm afraid to, because it came already assembled on there. But it looks like we got a line right here. We got a line right there. It looks like it's two separate pieces. You probably could get it apart if you really wanted to, with some hot water or some heat gun action and a screwdriver. I've been tempted to reprint something. What I should do is just make something that goes over the top of it. That way people don't have to take it apart. Because what a hassle to pull this apart and make everybody do that. I should just print some sort of piece that literally just goes right over the top of this baby. That would probably be the solution. That might be my next project, is getting rid of this dumb face without having to rip it off first. I'm just going to leave the branch on. It's not in the way. All right, let me check out your guys' final comments. It's the final comments. Bom, bom. Let's see. Yes, the face is weird. Not a fan. I'm sure it was probably in some retro, well, not retro, but some kind of drawing they had when they were designing it. They added faces on everything. All right, well, that's all I got. Thanks for joining me, and like, subscribe, tell your friends, and like Charles does, share the videos. Sharing helps the most for the channel, and that is all that I have. Oh, good journey. It's funny. My granddaughter thought this was funny. It's got rubber teeth so you don't damage the figures. Very clever, Michelle. But all right. Bye now. Let's see. There's free 3D model of vintage designs, Fright Zone. Quite good. Even for big print. Nice. All right. Bye now.